How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It has been raining hard for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, which, I mean, it's the wee hours of the morning painting. So it was making it a little bit more difficult to stay asleep. And unfortunately, I was running my hand along my pillows up here, as I do, and this guy is soaking wet. But I do believe that the leak is no longer coming from the fan. If you're new around here and you don't really know what I'm talking about, well, you probably should have stayed in school if you don't know what a leak is. But I've been battling one for a while. This is coming in, I believe, not where it was before. So before, up here above my head, the water was coming in like between these boards, or even way back in the day, it was coming in from on top of this roof panel. You can actually see the pink insulation board up there. But this morning I looked over and I noticed that it was wet right over here where this paper towel is on the weather stripping. Now it's still raining outside, so I don't want to move this just yet, but you can see that I've got it tucked in, which is basically between the weather stripping and the door, right? So the leak was on that side, obviously, of the weather stripping. So I'm hoping I'll be able to solve that with some of that alien tape weather stripping that I have. I installed some of that earlier in the year. Yeah, it was just a little drips were coming right from there. Obviously it had been happening for a while because, like I said, this pillow is good and saturated, but that is a different place from where it was before. So I think that stuff on the fan is solved, and this just happens to be, I don't know, the weather stripping is obviously wearing away or something. We'll take a closer peek at that later. If at all today, because I'm looking at the forecast, it's going to rain all bloody day, basically. Hopefully it will let up a little bit more where I am, or I guess we could go to the parkade and get some shelter. However, there's something we got to take care of before any of that. I got a phone call yesterday. Grace has a safety recall on her. They didn't specify what it was. I actually missed the phone call, and then I got an immediate email follow-up from them with a link to book an appointment online. And I'm a little hesitant because, in my experience, when you get an alert for a recall on a vehicle, very rarely can you get in as fast as I'm getting in, which is this morning. Hopefully everything works out and it's all good and she can just get in and get whatever issue she is maybe having fixed. Obviously it's a recall and I haven't noticed any symptoms, so hopefully I'll get more information when we get over to the dealership. But at the back of my mind, I'm worried that the automated system of online booking is going to rear its ugly head, and I'm going to get there and they're going to be like, well, you should have called. We don't actually have the part that we would need to do the recall or something, right? Like that was the last time I had a safety recall on Grace. It took over 6 months to get the part in. Or was that a safety recall? It might have just been the shocks. It doesn't matter. Things are usually delayed these days. And yes, I could call and avoid the issue, but I got to get mobile anyway, and that's on them if their system is busted AF. But I'm not going to call anybody out on anything right now because it hasn't happened yet. And now you're down here yelling at me. What's up? You already had your meat puck. Is it because you can see the bottom of your cookie bowl? Is that why you're all upset with me? All right, I guess we can fill that up for you. But we're going to have to go into its new location, which I actually yesterday spent a lot of time while I was doing some laundry tidying up in here. It had finally gotten to me, just the amount of stuff everywhere. So a lot of stuff got purged and a lot of stuff got reorganized, reshuffled. One of those things, I say everything is clean in here, and then of course I've got this big ass box of tea over here. It was clean before I brought the box in. Also, we have batteries kicking around everywhere still. But in here, I decided to put a lot more daily use stuff as opposed to just having it out on the counter, which was just, every time I looked in that corner by the sink, I was losing my mind. It's funny because it's like, yes, it's nice for the convenience being able to just reach over and grab something when you need it, but I so infrequently ever needed much that was over there. It was a bigger eyesore than a convenience, and when that happens, it's time to go. All right, let's make sure we cover up the entire bottom. Don't want you to be upset. There, is that what you were looking for? You are such a diva. What a look. Bone apple tits, kitty cat. Now you're leaving? Are you kidding me? Some people's kids. Anyway, yes, it was nice to get it organized in here. It's nice to be able to look up and not see stuff everywhere. I guess for a lot of people, they would still look around and be like, actually, that's still a lot of stuff, but not your home. So it's looking a lot better in here, and I am thoroughly enjoying it. Also, I got in the mail from Deb the other day this very fancy magnetic air fryer cooking times cheat sheet that is stuck to the kitty cat welcome sign. It's the only bit of metal that I have that's flat and large that would accommodate this thing. And this was very nice, very thoughtful, Deb. That will absolutely come in handy. I know a lot of people say, well, just look up an air fryer guide on your phone. No, like it's so obnoxious to pull out the phone when I need an immediate answer to like, well, if you saw the live stream where I was struggling, you know, and that's probably what inspired Debbie to send this. So that is perfect, Debbie. Thank you very much. You're already back on the seat, eh? You just were worried that you couldn't seat at bottom. You weren't actually hungry, were you? You are going to have to move soon, though, because I'm going to have to move Brooklyn's car seat back over here. I've been actually driving around in Lucky a lot the last few days, and everybody over my Patreon knows that the other night, Brooklyn and I actually used Lucky to drive out to the town of Nanton, which is about 45 minutes south of Calgary. Because when I was staying in the hotel, which was, I think, featured in the last video, I must have been parked in mostly shade the entire weekend, because what had happened was I had my EcoFlow charging through the cigarette lighter plugged into Lucky's house batteries, and I ended up having that issue I think that was at the end of the last video, where the light was turning red on the inverter. Well, that was because there was low voltage on the house batteries. And the only reason I could think that was happening is because that the EcoFlow was plugged in all weekend, which is still strange because there's not a lot of phantom draw with the EcoFlow and nothing was plugged into it. So it shouldn't have been pulling that much power to drain the house batteries that low. So of course my first concern was that my house batteries were pooched and weren't holding a charge anymore. But no, fixed that, went for a drive, had the DC to DC charger doing its job, and it sent a nice 600 watts through the entire time we were driving there and back. So the batteries were very dead, but we did get it sorted out. So anyways, that's why the car seat's in here, and I moved it last night so I could use this chair, thinking, okay, before we take off in the morning, simple, no problem, we'll just spin her back around, throw the, can't speak, the car seat over here, and Bob's your uncle will be out of here, but it's a little wet out. I don't think I want to get out and spin a chair. I mean, I guess I could do it from in here and just prop the door open a bit. You know what? Let's do that. As awkward as it's going to be. Yeah, you do me a favor. Jump up there. Thank you. Get your wallet. Put that in your pocket. Maybe not in the back because that's just going to be... Everybody just calm down. Let's see if I can make this happen. Okay. Sorry, Camping Kate, you're going to get a little wet. Where is the release? I always forget which side it's on. There we go. Oh, this works fine. Don't drop the Pirate Princess's scooter out the door. I also had that because that usually rides around in the rooftop storage in Grace. But again, we had Lucky last night. Would you look at that? That was super simple. Barely an inconvenience. Thank you, Ryan George. Backpack. Come back here. Last night's dirty laundry. And the car seat. You come over there. Perfect. So much more room for activities. Ah, yes. Better put my towel away. It's nice and dry now from last night's shower. Grab our clip off of our curtain rack here. Bring the curtain over there. There we go. Then you stay nice and quiet in transit. So yeah, and over here is just looking so much better, so neat and tidier. I would like to get rid of this thing as well. I don't think I'm going to do that though, simply because I'm reaching there every single day, toothbrush, spoons, forks, whatever. But everything that was in this little thing, this was actually sent to me by a subscriber, this little box, which is great. I got way less stuff in here. It looks way tidier. This has been cleared for a while, and then again, just tidied up in here. Oh, wouldn't you know it? I need some more vinegar. We got that. This is what killing time before you have to go to the dealership looks like. All right, I actually think my vinegar is loaded. Oh, this is gonna be a little bit more tricky to get to, especially in this angle. Who thought this would be a good idea? Oh, there it is. Haha. All right. What else? Anything else been going on since the last time I filmed? I don't think so. Nothing really major worth reporting. If all goes according to plan, well, I should say, like, I'm referring to whether Grace actually gets fixed tonight or not. But I guess if she doesn't, she can just spend the bloody weekend at the dealership, because Lindsay and I are off for our potential last camping trip, but more than likely the second to last camping trip of this chapter tonight. Well, I'm taking off tonight if all things go according to plan. Lindsay and Sadie were going to come out tonight as well, but the rain is happening and it's later in the year, so it gets darker a lot sooner, and Lindsay didn't really like the idea of pitching her tent in the dark in a sloppy, muddy mess. So they are going to leave tomorrow around noon and meet me out there. I'm also a little hesitant about, because I won't be leaving until after I drop Brooklyn back off with her mom. I don't particularly want to be driving down that way in the dark too far, but we'll see how it goes. We'll play it by ear. But that is the plan. I'm looking forward to that. So after we drop Grace off, oh yeah, gotta go pick up something from my mailbox. It's not from a subscriber, and it's ridiculous, but I guess at least it finally showed up. So we'll get that out of the way, and then I probably want to go over to Craze, see those guys over there. I haven't been over there for a while. I got my eye on potentially a new camping chair, but I have not made a decision yet. It'd be very bulky, and in the interest of feng shuiing things, I don't know that a big ass camping chair would be the best, but we shall see. And the reason that the Revita is still in its box is because, well, my fridge is getting a little full. Just piling tea on top here wouldn't be the best idea. I'm actually going to grab one of these bad boys right now. And actually, I need to fill up my water bottle, too. But I need the room in the fridge because I'm going to do breakfasts on this camping trip. And Lindsay said she would do dinners and whatnot. Like, obviously, we'll still have lunch and snacks and whatnot in between. But I'm going to need room. I'm probably just going to keep it simple. Just do bacon, eggs. I got a loaf of sourdough. That is in the back of Grace. I'll have to remember to get that out of there before we leave the dealership, again, just in case she ends up having to, have a sleepover all weekend. Which, that's not the worst thing in the world because she's not coming on this trip regardless. She does get finished. I will be taking her over to Lindsay's. That's really full. Why is that so full? Oh, again. And she'll be staying at Lindsay's while we're out on this camping trip because this is a camping trip with not a lot of, there's no need to have her there. I don't even know that we will leave the campground, and if we do, we'll have Jasper. And there's a big hill going down into the loop that we're staying in. And I don't particularly feel like putting Lucky through that for really no good reason. This needs to get filled now. And there we go. Excellent. Bring this back over here. It's funny, I was just making a big deal about not wanting to go outside and get wet because of the rain. But I think I'm going to have to do that anyway because... And I get this question, actually I don't get this question a lot. I just see it on older videos pop up from new people that have arrived to the channel. And they're talking about, oh, you live in a van with cats, doesn't it stink? Doesn't their litter stink? By and large, no, because as most people know, I use wood pellets for Penny's litter box. However, what happens is she pees on the wood pellets, they turn into sawdust, and then I just sift the sawdust down through the grates on the bottom of the first pan into the lower pan, and then you dispose of that sawdust. And actually, most of the time, it just smells like the wood pellets, right? Like pine or whatever it might be, not pine. And moving right along, I'm at the point now where I've done that so much that the litter has started to get low and it's a little bit older. So today would be a day where I probably do need to clean out the litter box and add some fresh pellets. Unfortunately, the wood pellets are in Grace's boot, if you're British. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to procure myself one of these Ziploc bags. Yes, I still do have some of these left. Wasn't going to just throw them all out. And I'm just going to run to the back of Grace and do my best to get this thing full of wood pellets so we can then deal with that again after we get rid of Grace, because it's not something you really want to be doing out in the rain. So hopefully, again, we can find a parkade over at the mall to do that stuff and not get wet. But let's put this on. All right, and we're going to make a run for Grace. That's waterproof mode for a baseball cap. We'll be right back. Oh my goodness gracious. It's windy too. Okay. Morning, Grace. Oh, that's a lot of rain. And this is lighter compared to what it was earlier. Now, how hard is this going to be to get to? Oh, not too bad. Move that there. Put this over here. Move that to over that side, and then we have access to the litter. Excellent. And at least I can be inside Grace's boot and keep the litter relatively dry. It's getting a little damp. Nice big bag of fresh wood pellets. Seal the bag because I imagine water would do the same thing as urine to these things. Don't forget your loaf of bread. Close up the Jeep. And make our way back to the good ship, Lucky. Ooh. Made it. Oh God, close the door. Oh. Bread, litter. Quest completed. Forgot to take my laundry with me, whatever. All right, let's put the wood pellets down there. Grab our water bottle. You can ride shotgun. Hi, Penny. Don't forget our Revita and our phone. Bring that up here. Put the phone up there. Tea there. Oh yes, this is what we got while we were out in Nanton. Pancake and, oh, sad day, we're dropping some. Pancake and maple syrup jelly bellies. I'm gonna tell you this right now, even off the floor. They're tasty AF. Breakfast. I put my phone up there, but let's get serious. I had to take it down so that the recording one could be up there. All right, we'll put that there. Grab our glasses. Oh, always the remote for the lights is not near. It's back here. Got it. I totally forgot that it was going to be raining like this today. My intention was to start this video with a nice shot of, like, exterior shot of Lucky pulling Grace into the dealership. That will not be happening now. But yeah, this is just, oh, very wet. Where were you a few months ago when the fires were out of control? Your timing is impeccable. All right, Penny, hold on to your butt. I'm going to reveal yours to the world. Huh. Huh. That did not work out very well. You can't win them all. A large school bus next to me. This is another reason why I really like having the car seat in Lucky. It's a great storage spot for the windshield cover. Usually I'm farting around trying to find a spot for it here, there, everywhere. Now for here, you just boom, right behind it. Multitasking. All right, off to the dealership. Amy's P. It's a little foggy on the windshield, isn't it? Look at this. You're not used to that. You know what that means, though? It's super exciting. We get to do this all the way over to defrost, and we can turn on some heat this morning. Ooh, it's gonna warm up your butt. I like turning on the air conditioner in the summer, but I like turning the heater on in the fall even more. I was gonna say winter, but it's not really winter yet, and somebody would have been obnoxious in the comments. You know it's true. All right, let's plug in the brake controller. Boop. Hello, hello. And good morning, world. Tally freaking ho. pull along the side here, and I'm going to go in and see if they'll be able to do this work today before I drop the Irish Pirate Queen, because I have a feeling I'm going to get a little wet if I do. I'm going to get wet regardless. Somebody f***ed up. Either way, I knew it was a possibility, right? Not only it's not what I thought. It's not that they don't have the part for the recall. No. It's that there's no recall on the Jeep. The poor guy in there, he's like, oh no, there's nothing here, nothing outstanding. I'm like, I got a phone call and an email from him. He's like, I don't know why. I showed him the email, and he's like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm like, I know it's not your fault. I'm just glad we sorted it out. Grace, you get to come along with us for the rest of the day. Actually, we could just take it out to Lindsay's now. I'm sorry, darling. Her. All right, well, live and learn. Let's get the heck out of this parking lot, because we're just taking up space now. Of course, the only little problem now is stopping at the UPS store with the entire rig in tow can be a little bit more difficult. Not impossible. We have done it before. We will do it again. The UPS store is right across the street. Funny how that works out. Penny, you've got water running right down the back of your head. And there's the UPS store right over yonder. You really can't see it. It's right there in that absolute mess of pixels. I promise. Yeah, I could take the Jeep to Lindsay's now, which would probably be the smartest move, actually. But the problem is I'm bringing the propane fire pit and a big propane bottle, which means it'll be kicking around in the tiny home all day if that's the case. Decisions must be made. But first, let's get this ridiculously timed package. We're gonna have to do what we did the other day and just pull right up here for a quick second. That works. Yes, small it is. Ooh, EcoFlow. If you don't know what this is, make sure you're subscribed and you have notifications turned on so you never miss any of this nonsense. I ordered this, well, back in July when it would have been relevant. It's a window thing for the hoses on the Wave 2. You know what? No, they don't. I bought it with my own money. They did not just send it to me. I bought it. They were obviously having delays. I wrote them. They never told me. They just took my money and said, thanks, we'll send it out in September. I wrote them, I don't know, I think it was like end of August or middle of August. And I was like, yo, it's been like 3 weeks. They said, sorry, I'm having some supply issues. Right? Just like I was talking about with recalls and stuff, so it's across the board. Anyway, there is zero point in me even trying to make a joke on pulling this thing out and setting it up. I don't even have the Wave 2 with me anymore. I offloaded that into my cousin's garage last night. For those that don't know, that's where I have a little bit of storage of stuff. I use my cousin's garage. I pay half of it. She has to pay a separate fee for the garage for the place that she lives. Anyway, so we split that cost, and I keep a few things over there. And I got rid of the Wave 2 yesterday because I was looking at the forecast. There's no point to have it. And then, of course, this thing shows up. See you in 2025. Okay, well, before I make any decision about what I'm going to do with Grace, because I'm still trying to roll this out in my head here, really don't want to be climbing over a propane tank and a fireplace. I'm close to the mall. I'm going to go over there now and see if there's any space for me to get the whole rig in there so that I can do the cat litter and take a look at that leak. But it's later in the day. It might be a little bit harder to maneuver in there with everything. And since it's raining, I'm sure many other people have the same idea of using the coverage for their cars. To be expected. It's looking pretty full.
at 10:50 in the morning on a Thursday. What are all you people doing here? Gotta go to the mall. Gotta shop. Yeah. All right, this is not gonna work. That is way too cram-packed in there. So I guess the universe has made my decision for me. We're just gonna haul Grace out to Lindsay's now. And you know, I was thinking, well, I'll take Grace out there now, and then I'll just come back, do my day, have my evening with Brooklyn, then I'll stop at Lindsay's on the way out of the city and grab the propane tank and the fire pit then. Because it is kind of on the way, but not, it's still a good clip out of the way. So I think we're just gonna destroy everything. Live with the fire pit in here today. We'll make it work. All right, Grace has dropped off. We got the propane tank here. We got the fire pit there. And I'm just outside Superstore. Just ran in and did my grocery shopping for the weekend. Super easy. It was fairly affordable when you get the cheaper, probably gonna kill you stuff. But I got bacon, 2 things of sausage. 1 went into the freezer because we're not gonna eat that many sausage over the weekend. A thing of strawberries, eggs, and kombucha. So we're all loaded up. That's all in the fridge. Penny's back there keeping an eye on everything as she do. Thank you, darling. It's still very wet out, still pouring rain. I did take a quick peek at the back door there. My little paper towel plug fell out, of course. But I think I saw where it's starting to, like, where the problem is. I mean, not necessarily where it's coming in from, but like how it's getting in past the weather stripping. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull over to the gas station just over there because Lucky's I'm gonna need to fill her up anyway. And we'll take a peek and see. I don't even know if I have any of that alien tape left, if I'm being honest. And that's gonna be another stop somewhere else if that's the case. I am not pulling any drawers out when I don't have any coverage. Plus over at the gas station, then maybe I can get the litter box cleaned up. Because you are starting to get just a little stanky. Oh, perfect. I'll just pull in right behind his Ram once he makes his great escape. Doesn't look like there's a lot of coverage here. The ground's still looking very wet. Hopefully that's just because things are slanted. I really didn't pull far enough ahead. This is why a double lane gas station would have been better, but then somebody could have pulled up behind me and I really would have ruined their day. All right, let's get Penny's litter done at least while we're here. Okay, move the fire pit a little further into the house so we can open up this cabinet. Vinegar, geyser, litter box. Okay. Sawdust into the garbage. Ooh. Yeah. Now, oh damn it. Huh. I need my vinegar and it's so far away. Who designed this? You know what? We're just gonna use this vinegar. We're gonna pour it in. There you go. And then paper towel to clean her out. Okay, well, now I'm gonna need more paper towel. Should have put that on the shopping list. Yuck. And there we go. Step 1 is done. All right, and then step 2 is just freshen her up. There we go. Nice and dry. Got her done. It goes back in here. Very good. Extra cat food. The geyser. Vinegar. Yeah, and I should probably shake out my Lucky mat. Looking a little yuck. And we'll take advantage of the garbages that are here. Bye-bye, old stinky cat litter. How thirsty were you, Lucky? Not too bad, tippy top. But I have a feeling they're gonna be thirsty again before we get to the campground tonight. Okay, so before we take off, let's see. Oh, really? I thought I left you unlocked. All right then, there we go. Try it again. Yeah, see now I drove, it's gone, but right there, you can kind of see that it's wet behind this. So it means it's then coming into here, this channel up here is filling up. Yeah, look, it's all gross and yuck in there, and it's leaking down. I can't really see exactly, get the pillows out of here. This is all wet as well. I feel like what I need to do is up here on both doors is where I need, yeah, this is soaking wet. Well, soaking wet, but it's more wet than it should be. Dry this up and hit this with some of that alien tape, which is like this stuff right here. How is it getting in? So it's coming from behind this, which means that, I don't know what, water's getting into the light maybe, or down into here and coming through. This seems to be holding up okay, although that second bead or third bead, however you want to look at it, I put on at the hotel, not 100% cured yet. That's the problem with this self-leveling lap sealant. It doesn't dry very fast. You're supposed to give it like 3 or 4 days. And unfortunately, the weather had other plans for me. Hopefully it can dry up over the weekend. I don't think anywhere over there is leaking though. I think that is pretty good. Okay, now the question is do I have any of that alien tape sealant left? I don't think I do. And that's really gonna suck because that shit ain't cheap. Hello world. How are we today? Oh, I lied. Haha, thank goodness. There it is right there. Oh, I got it. Nice, I did keep it. Okay, I got another roll under there as well. Awesome. All right, so let's get this all put away. And now I'm gonna need to, I don't have any paper towel. Wait, I'm at a gas station. They should have paper towel for the windshields, right? Fingers bloody crossed. Oh, yeah, they do, but I don't think that's gonna dry anything. Get out of here, you. Grab a couple sheets of the dry stuff. Everything's just so wet. It's like it's been raining all night. All right, it's right up here. Just gonna dry this. Dry it off. Yeesh. I hope this works. Of course, it's not. It'll probably stop raining before it's time. Oh, it's oh wait, that's just from the door being open. That's got to be just from the door being open. It's like I'm like it's all wet down in here. Hello? No, it's fine. Okay, let's tape it up. All right. Well, this is ridiculous. The wind is just blowing the rain in, and it got it wet. I got one strip up here, so we'll leave that and see. But if I'm going to put any more on here or look any closer, I'm going to have to be somewhere where it's not as wet, like that parquet at the mall. It is what it is. It's just sort of like part of this experience, at least for me. Let's keep the alien tape up here with us. We will put our scissors away in our little cubby here. Put you there. Hi. The tape back in this bag. And let's get the heck out of here. I am done with this gas station. All right, Miss Penny, hold on to your butt. You cute little furry butt. You girl. All right, I decided to put a pin in the hole trying to plug the leak situation and thought we'd come down here and say hi to everybody at Craze before I utterly lose my mind with the tiny home on wheels. Welcome to Craze Outdoors. I didn't get anything. I don't know where the hell I'm going to put this, but I couldn't help myself. Although I couldn't go with the chair that I originally wanted to get. Unfortunately, I sat in it while I was in there catching up with Jason and Conrad, which was super nice. It ended up hurting my back. It's that Bear Buddy chair. It looks so cozy and inviting, and it probably is for someone who hasn't had back surgery within the year. But anyways, yeah. I also got myself some of these freeze-dried treats that they now carry there. They got a whole bunch of stuff. I went with freeze-dried pineapple because it's the only one Conrad said he hadn't tried. And then of course, I've had different versions of this before. These are essentially Skittles, but we're not allowed to say Skittles because copyright TM. Anyway, yes, this is Craze Outdoors here in Calgary, Alberta. It is owned and operated by a family here in town. They are rock star people. I'm an ambassador for them. If you're in town, I highly recommend stopping by, saying hi, checking out the merch. They're doing pretty well right now. Busy, busy, busy. And they're getting ready for Black Friday already, believe it or not. But if you can't make it down in person, you can go shop online, check out their website. There's a link in the description below. And if it's your first time ordering from them, if you're in Canada, use promo code Vanlife Plus at checkout. Save yourself 10% off your order. All right. And I see you haven't moved. Darling, shall we? I was going to say it to we're at the campground, but let's get serious. I got to give it a try now. And these freeze-dried treats actually come courtesy of, I believe it was Mary, who was in town, stopped at Craze, I'm assuming did a little shopping, and then left me a gift card at the store. That was very, very sweet of you. Thank you so much. Freeze-dried pineapple. No, I'm okay with that. All right. Camping snacks achieved. Camping chair in a box. I have to get rid of that box, and hopefully that thing will fit in the Thule with its compatriot. If you know, you know. All right, well, my evening was really enjoyable. Just me and my little kiddo having some fun at an indoor playground because the shit still hasn't let up. Lindsay has made the correct decision to not leave tonight. I don't even want to be doing this drive right now, honestly, but Lindsay's a little concerned that if nobody shows up, they might give away our campsite. It might not happen. We don't want to risk it, right? So we'll power through. Not going to be any sort of nice scenic shots on this drive out there, though, because it's gray AF. So I'm just going to point the good ship, Lucky, that away, and try to get myself there. It's going to be pitch black when I arrive. I guarantee it. I'm in, I don't even know where I am. Coleman? Blairmore? I can't remember the last town before you leave the Crow's Nest Pass. I've driven almost 3 hours and it's still raining. That's a very large cloud. Like he needs gas. Half a tank. Shush. I'm going to say this right now, and I hope I stick to my guns, because this sucks actually right now. With it being pitch black and raining, not a fun drive. I had the thought more than once to just pull over and call it a night, but there's not a lot of places to stop that aren't like super questionable on this stretch of road. Ugh. There's like little rest stops that you can pull off at, but they're barely off the road and you just have nightmares of somebody not paying attention and crashing into you. So I'm going to keep on keeping on, but I think this is the last time I leave this time of year when it gets this dark for a campground, for sure. And it's just going to get worse as we leave the town and there's no lights on the like road that goes into the campground. So, yep, Penny, I hear you. Hold on to your butt. We're on our way. Big truck. Back onto the highway. Home stretch for the campground. If we could see anything right now, there's actually a very beautiful mountain range straight ahead, but nay. And a turn's coming up right here on the right. I feel like it's a pretty easy one to miss. Nice. Yep, that would have been really easy to miss. Oh my goodness. Well, here we go. Been a hot minute since we've been here. It's moments like these you really don't want anything jumping out in front of you. You know, you never want that, but especially right now. Oh yes, it's all coming back to me now. Remember that there's public land out here, just like McLean Creek area. We're going this way though. I don't know why I turned on my signal. There's nobody around right now. Bye-bye, pavement, we hardly knew ye. Oh, what in the actual F was that? I can't even, I have no idea. Oh, my bio light fell down. Almost there. One more Texas gate. Do our cattle guard if you're in Texas. That's the angle my phone ended up at just from driving on the road. Maybe let me fix that for you. Yep. Slow and steady. Welcome back. The first time I came here, which was in chapter 1 of Vanlife Plus, this view on this road down here as you come around the corner was awesome. You ain't gonna see squat now. How many other campers we got kicking around right now? Is this one here on the road? No, that's a sign. That's not a camper. Well, all right then. Whoa, I gotta go this way. Oh, hard turn. Wait, is that right? Oh, I might have screwed up. I think I followed the wrong sign. Stupid day use area. Oh, maybe not. Hold the phone. There's a camper in there. Maybe I did remember it correctly. Oh, we good. This is where I'm supposed to be. All right. Never guess. Never second guess yourself. There we are. Lindsay being Lindsay, she got the exact same side as last time, because it's the best one. Except, I can't see shit. This is how I had to back up, because I can't see crap back there. It's too dark. Even the backup lights weren't doing it, so I think that's okay. I know how I was positioned last time at this site, which was that way. I'm going to fart around to try to do that in the dark, I don't think. I would have been better off to just nose it down here. I might have been able to have a... You know what? I'm going to do that. All this work, we'll fix it in the morning when it's light out. For now, I'm going to haul out, turn around, and nose back down so that we can have our ass like this. Hopefully that also prevents the water if there's still a leak and all that stuff. Because that's where this epic day started. There. Spun it around. Nose down into the... That's the road. What the hell's the site? Son of a bit. The darkness is playing tricks on me, man. This is crazy. Okay. Like this. Once more over here, Matthew. There we go. There's a little campsite with a picnic table and other stuff. Yeah, for tonight's purposes, this will suffice and we'll deal with it in the morning. Night. Oh, man. All right, so it's the next morning. We had a pretty cozy sleep last night, didn't we, Penny? And it's really nice not having any service. That's one of those things where it's just like, yeah, we all kind of know that. It's like, oh, it's so nice to not have service. Well, why don't we, when we're just in service, not touch our phones? It's not that easy, right? Like, it's just, you can't do it. So when it's physically taken away from you, I had a better sleep. I slept till almost 10. I mean, not solidly. I definitely was waking up here and there, and the temperature is still, up and down. I'm trying to get back used to the cooler weather in the van. Didn't have to turn the diesel heater on, but I might do that tonight just to make myself a little bit more comfortable. Like, as an example, I was just sleeping in my boxers, but before I went to bed, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put a t-shirt on, keep my core a little warmer, and maybe I'll be more comfortable. I don't know what time it was. It was some point in the middle of the night. I woke up and I was sweating, and I ripped the t-shirt off and threw it away. It's right here. So that balance wasn't there. So maybe the diesel heaters. Well, no, because the diesel heater and no shirt, that could be the equation. So also, it seems that the leak is plugged. It seems like that tape worked. It rained so heavy all the way out here on the drive, and there's nothing going on back there. Now, when I got here and I was going to sleep last night, the rain sort of let up, so there wasn't too much throughout the night, but it actually, I don't know if you can hear it or not because of the microphone, but it's raining right now again. It just started about 20 minutes ago, and it's been nonstop since. So still no leak, but I feel bad for Lindsay and Sadie. It wasn't supposed to be raining today, and it's raining a pretty good clip out there. All right, so we're gonna go outside and take a look at the campground here in a minute, even though I'm not a big fan of the idea of getting wet right away, but I'm not gonna be able to avoid that. This was the state of the van last night, right? I got that fire pit in the driver's seat, propane tank on top of it, backpack up there, and then that didn't sleep there, obviously. That's that new chair. It was here, kind of like a big support pillar, even though it wasn't supporting shit. So much for the house being tidy. But I digress. Let's go take a peek outside. All right. Grace is mocking me now. That's for darn sure. Because I'm pretty sure all of my rain ponchos, like those disposable ones from Kuglins and the camping ones, are in her. Yep. Yep. She's a little wet out here, to be expected. There's the lake. Right there. Hi, lake. This is where we were set up last time. And last time I pulled in, I had Lucky right here. It's probably what I'll do again. Well, maybe not. There's a lot of water there. Although, because Lindsay's tent was here. That's right. And then maybe the bear den there, because I think we're going to need it. Although, if I take a quick peek down here, it looks like there's blue sky trying to come through. Oh, this place is so cool. Can't believe it's taken me this long to get back here. All right, well, I'm not gonna dilly-dally. I'm going to attempt to get the bear den set up so I can get the fire pit and all that other good stuff in there. Yeah, find a good spot to pitch it, but that's a future Matthew problem. Actually, it's a right now Matthew problem, but it's a future entertainment for you, because that'll be in the next video. So thank you very much for watching. And until then, just go out there, be happy, be creative, be yourselves. Most importantly, be positive. But remember, you can't make everybody happy. You're not tacos.